They call him Seatin, the man of legends.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, what is up? It is your boy Seatin here. Welcome to the 61 Inquisitor PvP guide. Now the spec that I'm currently using and the spec that I highly advocate for Inquisitor PvP is 61 Inquisitor, 10 Defiler and 5 Sentinel. Now this is the most bursty PvP spec that you can have without having Dark Water, because using Dark Water in PvP is not only a waste of time, but it's complete bullshit. So anybody that is using Dark Water in PvP, you suck copious amounts of ass. And you probably already know that, but I'm reminding you just in case you didn't know. So the way that it works is essentially I don't really have any macros. The only macro I have is cast Healing Breath and cast Loathsome Restoration together. Apart from that, I like to use everything else manually because nothing else really, it doesn't really macro together very well. So if you macro anything, you're just gonna fuck stuff up and it's not gonna be good at all. So put stuff on separate keys, and I'm gonna be talking about the abilities to use and the standard rotation that I do, the kind of priority order. It's quite difficult to say like do this rotation in PvP because it's very circumstantial as you're constantly having to adapt to your circumstances. So usually my standard rotation involves double dotting the target that I'd like to focus and then spamming some Bolt of Judgement on them. I'll then pop Fanaticism, Bolt of Depravity, and Nysyrs Rebuke, unless they run away like this fucking faggot is. Gangibus. So what I like to do is I like to give chase to people sometimes. So I'll keep them dotted, and when I have stacks of unified Echoing Concord even, what I'll do is this is the only time I will cast the bolts of Retribution. Apart from that, it's just Bolt of Judgement spam. And casting Bolt of Retribution is pretty risky on its own, due to the fact that the Bolt of Retribution can be interrupted, and also there are many classes that can silence you because of this, rendering you helpless for about sort of, I don't know, 10 or so seconds. So you've got to, sort of be aware who's focusing you, and also if they have an interrupt. Generally, if you have a marksman or anything like that focusing you, it is a very, very bad idea to use any sort of cast time abilities. So you see this guy's on me at the moment. What I like to do when I'm getting bursted down, I'll use my old judicial privilege to quickly heal through the damage. Hopefully I'll have some sort of healer come in and save my ass, because I'm not going to be able to do that alone with a rogue. And that is absolutely wonderful. So switch over to this guy. I also sometimes, depending on if the enemy team are cleansing a lot, sometimes I'll throw a lot of Scourges about, because those are pretty intensive if sort of the enemy team or opposing team is lacking healers in the cleansing department or AoE department. But as you can see, I got fucking ganked there by an assassin. Let's see how we're doing on the damage done so far. So we are third on the damage done, which isn't too bad in comparison to two warriors. And judging by the fact warriors are fucking OP at the moment, I'd say we're doing a pretty damn good job. So, essentially, Inquisitor PvP is pretty simple. You dot your targets. For safety, you spam Bolt of Judgement. When you get 5 stacks of Life or Death Concord, you get an instacast Bolt of Depravity. And then you use this, usually, well, if you have Fanaticism off cooldown and you quickly want to burst down the target, then you'll pop that, use the Bolt of Depravity, and then channel a Nysyrs Rebuke. This will give you a 30% increased chance to tick on every duration, every tick of the Nysyrs Rebukes, and that's pretty good. Now, Inquisitor is all about picking off the weak players when you can. So let's go for this guy at the back, because this guy's about to get fucking owned anyway. So Yakarim, and a lovely assassin has come out to gank me from nowhere, so that's wonderful. I'm going to try and finish off this assassin, and he's being healed up. It appears our team is a combination of ass clowns and incompetent noobs. So yeah, just got absolutely roundhoused by that assassin there. I quite possibly should have changed my focus to that assassin due to the fact that he was bringing it to my behind like there was no tomorrow. But, I made that mistake there. Hopefully, we're going to redeem ourselves and also explain a bit more about how Inquisitor works in PvP in the second half of the video. Or this half of the video that you're watching at the moment. So as you can see, I didn't have anybody on me there, so I thought I'd just quickly cast a few Bolt of Retributions because I had the proc of Echoing Concord. As you can see, these two Inquisitors, you know, they're not doing very well. Not doing very well. Well, I wasn't doing very well, so I can't judge. But one of them was stacking Dark Water on me, which is always a very bad decision. Not to mention a gigantic waste of time, because it is just a terrible global cooldown to spend in PvP. It's just it's not good at all. Unless you want to gimp yourself, then feel free. Get a Cabalist spec, use Dark Water, go nuts, go crazy. But I really like this spec because it's the almost the maximum burst damage that you can do as a cleric. A lot of people advocate the points in Shaman, but you know, that's just kind of Ahov's crazy theory crafting, which Ahov's theory crafting is alright some of the time, but recently, you know, I'm not like, Aof, if you're watching this, you've let it slip a bit, buddy, you know. You're coming up with some pretty weird shit that's just like, it's kind of questionable at the moment, you know. You're still a good player in my opinion, but it's just, it's going downhill, it's going downhill. We need the pro Aof back and not the one who argues with everyone that is usually right. Okay, so anyway, back to the PvP video. Let's focus this warrior down, Galania, because he seems to be absolutely tearing ass at the moment. Let's get this guy down, hopefully, before we die. But he'll proc his fucking OP, defer death, cheat it. And as you can see, we're constantly kiting backwards, so we can spam those Bolt of Judgments while falling back and peeling back and whatnot. And somehow we've made our way to top of the damage. I have no idea how we did that, because, you know, literally I'm just bullshitting on via commentary and also, you know, nuking some noobs, while hopefully explaining, you know, what I'm doing, you know, keeping dots up and spamming bolts on them, but I'm also getting roundhouse from behind. Now, one of the things you also have as an Inquisitor is a 2-buff Purge, called Purge, believe it or not. Now, this basically removes 2 buffs from the enemy. Now, most classes have their fairly essential buffs on as the sort of first 2 buffs that you purge, so it's always a good, well, generally speaking, a fairly good idea to use this whenever you can as a self cooldown. See, this guy used Dark Water, he died. I think I had a bit of support from my teammates, but I think I'm going to travel to the enemy base now just to take on another cleric 1v1 and show you how, like, this spec will compare against another cleric maybe using the Dark Water spec. However, there are like a billion assassins between the 2 bases, so it is moderately likely, like, this guy who's just come out and decided, you know, I'm going to gank your ass at the moment. So let's get him down. Eau de Cologne. Let's go. Come on, buddy. Bring it on, bring it on. I'm ready for this. Use all your cooldowns. Okay, no, it's alright. You take the pussy approach. Run back to your healer. So it looks like I think I might be in the good area. Now, one thing about rogues that I should probably mention, if this guy wasn't getting pocket healed to shit. Oh, I've got the Defiler buff. I can take him down now. Okay, let's get Nysyrs Rebuke. He interrupted that. What a muppet. Let's go after him. No point going after him now. He's far too back. Let's see. We'll focus the Chloromancer for now. Try and get some sort of recovery on this. I think I can get the Chloromancer down if I Bolt of Depravity, then get a Nysyrs Rebuke on him. Come on. And oh, he was so close. Yes, so far. Come on. He can still go down after this. Let's interrupt as well. Interrupt is a very, very powerful tool as Inquisitor, especially when you're up against healers. Like, if you interrupt sort of their dying last minute heal, then you can really, really screw them over. Now, I know I can't take these guys down, or at least this guy. Actually, maybe I'd stay this guy down. Let's see. If he didn't have some other guy following him, I might have been able to 1v1 him, but not today. I should have just nuked that marksman down quickly. He was 20k health, absolutely easy target, would have popped like a zit on a teenager's face. Okay, so let's have a look at the scoreboard. 682 to 615. So we're currently on the losing team, but only by a bit. There is still room for recovery, glory, and victory. And to show you guys how serious I am, I've popped a Stellar Bright Search vial. That is a vial that cost me about 4 plat, which is a serious investment into this PvP match. I think it's something not to be trifled with. Now, I'm going to try and sneak up the top right path. However, I believe this is going to be fairly difficult because of all the PvP combat in the way. But hopefully I can get round the side. Let's dot up Delagor because he seems like a bit of a muppet. And that'll also keep him distracted. It means that if he wants to come after me, he's probably going to have to drink up or come after me on, like, really low health, which is a good deterrent for him to do that. So let's go. If I can capture this base and possibly hold it till the end of the match, we might be in for a chance of winning. So let's do that. So, we're going to talk about the self-buffs that I'm using. I'm using Armor of the Awakening, Shroud of Agony, Rage Blight, Spiritual Scrutiny, which makes my Bolt of Judgments instant, and you get this at level 58. Spiritual Protection, and I'm not using Blighted Greed on anyone, because I don't need to, and if I did, then somebody would probably die with it, and I can't be arsed with it in PvP. So we're going to defend this base, see if anything exciting happens. Hopefully, being the good team that they are, they're going to come after me. And I've got this freshly geared road, kill me once to assist me in defending this base. If anybody would come and make this video a tad more exciting. I think, we're going to risk it. That guy's not going to stay there. He's going to follow me as my personal assassin. We're going to risk it for the sake of the video. Going to go and try and capture the last base. Really sort of shake things up on the enemy team. Hopefully, at least. So let's have a look who's over here. So we have Nysyrs. Is he getting attacked at all? No, he's captured that base, and Yakumin has come out of the shadows, so let's burst him down quickly with some Bolt of Judgments, and then go on Galenia. Let's get her down as fast as possible, because she's an OP shit warrior. And who are we going to go on next? Okay, we're going to go on Kit Kat, just to show you how a noob Inquisitor dies. That's right, Kit Kat, suck on those tits. Okay, let's go after them. Ah, come on. Where are you, Kit Kat? Okay. Oh, damn, I got interrupted there. Bollocks, bollocks, bollocks. Okay, interrupt his Nysyrs. And no, fuck you and your pocket hills. You absolute cunt. Okay, I got absolutely nuked there. So, bit of shame on my behalf, but still second on the damage done. So I'm not doing too bad in terms of that. I could be worse. I could be less than that on the scoreboard. Killing blows. I'm not doing too good killing blows wise, because every time I get near a killing blow, then just somebody gets pocket hilled to shit, or I get ganked by an assassin. The wonders of being a moderately well-known person in Rift. I love it. However, I do look like a pretty dangerous player in this lovely black outfit anyway. So even if they don't know me or didn't know me from YouTube, then they would still appreciate the black colours and intimidation going on there, tactics. So it looks like even though we got absolutely roundhoused in this match, like, we lost by 100 and something. I wouldn't say that's roundhouse. This is fairly competitive. Good match. Everybody fought well. I'm sorry if I insulted anybody watching this video. You played a good match, and I'm proud of you. You won. But, you just had some scumbag techniques thrown in there, But yeah, guys, I hope you learned a thing or two about Inquisitor PvP. I shared some of the secrets, and I hope from, watching me and maybe, hearing a bit of my brief explanation on how to do stuff, you've picked up a couple of tricks or two, but really, that is it. You kind of have to pick up the spec for yourself. You can lay out the hotbars as I have them. This works pretty damn well for me. But yeah, guys, if you have any questions in regards to Inquisitor PvP, I thought instead of standing in front of a dummy, I would get out on the field and actually do it. Now, in terms of Inquisitor DPS, I have a separate guide for that, which is me standing in front of a dummy and talking about the class and spec, which I'll link in the description below. But this was kind of more a field guide of me explaining what I'm doing and why, and maybe showing off a bit of Inquisitor PvP. I hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't enjoy it, I'm sorry I didn't live up to your expectations. If you could write me a nice letter explaining why you didn't enjoy it and what you'd like to see in the future, I would appreciate that. I really would. Thank you for watching, guys. Have a wonderful day, and stay beautiful. Stay beautiful. That's a bit of a weird thing to say.